Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with you. I'm throwing the Baer Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes right back to me and I'll see them. If you're not a subscriber, you can just say hi or you can throw in other emotes. That's cool. We want to thank Harold. We're going to hit the old applause. Harold, thank you for renewing your subscription for 30 months on a 28-month streak. That's fantastic. And, of course, thank you for hosting the stream. Shout out to Lashbrook. Shout out to Dude Wants His Rug. Welcome, welcome. Here in the beginning, we are finishing up the kit that Lashbrook bought me a gift card. And so I'm able to almost be done with this kit that does not do well on a green screen. Lord Stockton just subscribed. That's 7 months. Thank you so much. We'll hit the applause there. Throw the emotes in the chat. Also, Lord Stockton subscribed, and then Lord Crashington, who is here. Hi, Lord Crashington and Lord Stockton. Lord Crashington redeemed a gong. So both of the lords, both of our chat lords, making their presence known so early in the stream. I appreciate the renewal. I appreciate the using the channel points for the gong. Very early gong, and I do not mind it. So thank you very much, everybody who decided to tune in tonight. We are a strong but mighty crew, waiting for a few more folks to join us, which is okay and fine, and we'll get to building, working on the weapons and the armor, the wing-looking, but not wings, because it doesn't fly or transform. I mean, it does move around, whatever, but it doesn't transform. Kit. There's a lot to talk about with this kit. Obviously, it does not show well. You can see various things here because it is full of green. And green does not play well when you are using a green screen and, doing your thing. So that makes sense, and that's fine. I can't wait to make the sniper rifle and also the two pistols. I think I'm going to take two photos. I'm going to take a photo with the armor in place and the sniper rifle, and then I'll take a photo with the handguns and also all of the extras this kit has, like the many little missile launchers and rocket launchers that this thing has, lasers and rocket launchers, because this kit is not, look, Dynames is many things, but it's not just a sniper. It's got a bunch of other things. And of course, beam sabers or whatever, but that's the least important thing. Basically, what main Gundam doesn't have beams? Although I don't even know if this thing has the pieces for, I don't know if I've even seen the beam sabers, they might be from a different kit. Oh, no, they're there. Okay, we will put those together. But rockets are unique. Yes, decidedly. The fact that because of the GN drive, which you can definitely still see that in this photo, because of the GN drive, it has, its skirt has rockets on there, so they are pretty much butt rockets. And that's nonsense, but it's good nonsense. So we do like that here on the old Build with Baer workshop. We like good nonsense. So we're going to talk tonight. We're going to talk, obviously, in the second hour, we'll talk about modern anime. We'll talk about a show that I decided I'm done watching because it's boring and I don't want to watch it anymore. We'll talk about a show that I like quite a bit and a show that I kind of like. And the most unique nonsense, indeed. And then we're also, I think, we'll talk about maybe some YouTube things that we're marathoning. I am trying not to use the word binge because that is a word that makes some people feel real bad. And as far as I know, it is cool to say marathon, and people are not bummed out by that word. Whereas binge is a word that does bum people out. So I'm trying to say marathon. But there's some YouTube channels that we're marathoning. Talk about that. And then also we'll talk about a poll that I put on my Twitter, which got a response that I was not surprised about, and how we got to that. Yeah. Well, decidedly, it's a thing of the thing that I've been saying as I attempt to correct some of the stuff that I say in my daily life is it only means I have to think a little bit more, and I can make someone feel better, and it doesn't hurt anyone to make other people feel better. So we should do it if we can. Um, uh, you know, that's the thing. It's not the biggest thing in the world. I'm not patting myself on the back on that one. I am patting myself on the back for doing laundry today because that just feels like I'm already when I like get myself together and let's go to the overhead. We're gonna go to the overhead. Uh, when I get like my stuff together and I like go and do laundry and then I bring the laundry home and then I fold everything and put it away, I already feel like a champion. But now with people and stuff, I feel like I accomplished something pretty unique and pretty spectacular. Now we can get a good look at the butt rockets here. There's these butt rockets. They open up and do some stuff because it's time to go. But yeah, this thing has butt rockets. It's a whole thing because GN Drive it can't have a backpack, and they call it a backpack. This is a backwards fanny pack at best. Um, all right, so that's our main kit, but let's start working on the weapons. I'll talk about a little bit about that. So my laundromat is 1 block away. It's not that far. I read the immediate complication, the ATM in there, out of money. Makes some sense. I get that. So I got to go, and of course my card, because this is not coin operated. The dryers at the laundromat that I go to, you can use quarters, but if you want to but the washers require a card, and my card needed refilling because I never think about that when I'm doing it. I always think about that when I go the next time. Like when when I have a low balance, I don't think I should put money on this before I leave. I just do it the next time. I don't have any cash on me, so the ATM's down. So I got to go out to an ATM, and that was a whole thing. And that's fine. That worked out okay. But I got that. I do my laundry. Everyone, there's a sign up there. People must wear masks. Everyone's wearing masks. Most people are being very respectful of distance. We kind of made our own. I remember to brush my teeth and to change out of my pajamas. Small victories. Yeah, decidedly. Everybody do what they can as much as they can, and like that rules. And we're all gonna figure this out. So I managed to get my shit together, do that. There is, like I said, so that we kind of form this path where there's one way to get to places, and if you see someone walking down that way, you don't walk that way. And then the people that are going to wait are spreading themselves out. Now I'm a block away, so I put my wash in, come back to my apartment. Oh, buzzer goes off, go back, put stuff in the dryer, go back to my apartment. Some other people are camping out. That's their thing. They can do that. I got no problem with that. But I don't worry about camping out. Haven't had anything taken or anything. There's enough machines that no one's taking your stuff out early. Everything's going to be fine. Mostly, except for one person who, now to be fair, they were wearing a mask. So they were doing that part. I do wonder if they would have worn a mask if there hadn't been a sign up. But they had, I would say that they have no damn respect for anyone's space. Just bumping into people. Just at one point, 100% definitely was just waiting for a machine they wanted, and just backed up into me. Their physical body touched my physical body. And I was just one of those things where I was like, what? I literally said, wait, I was like, whoa, like I had been shot. Because it was startling. Because I have not touched a person in months. I honestly think the last thing was the night before the theater that I work at decided that they weren't going to do anything, and I really legitimately stopped leaving my apartment. I teched a show, and before the show started, one of the performers was like, "Hey, some people aren't fist bumping or handshaking. That's whatever you want to do." And we like fist bumped, and that's I think the last person that I physically touched for and that was in March, and it's May, so it was very startling to have someone back into me, and she did not seem phased by that at all. Lord Crescent says the worst kind of person at this moment. Yeah, it's this thing where it was like I can't tell if you're malicious or just a nonsense person, like oblivious or malicious. Either way, back the fuck up. Have some spatial awareness. I am a clumsy person, but I am being overly like, okay, these are things we do. We do this, we do that, okay. Like I'm trying to be the most cautious version of Pat Baer I can be for myself and others. Like I am almost 40. I am in relatively good health. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Yeah, my cholesterol isn't great. I could, you know, lose weight certainly. I could have a better diet. Yeah, blah blah. But like my lungs are good. Uh, like I'm not necessarily worried about those things. But like I still don't want to be a carrier. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to make others sick. Um, and I also don't want to wonder, did I get sick at Good Lungs? Hashtag Good Lungs, right? Did I get sick at the laundromat? I will admit this. April 2nd or 3rd, while cleaning my apartment, I found a Old Navy gift card that I had money on. And I bought socks and underwear from Old Navy along with some sneakers because that's a separate thing. I needed new sneakers before this all happened, and so I bought sneakers that are just cheap, whatever, I don't care about them. But I also bought socks and underwear because I was like, if I buy these, by the time they get here, I will be close to running out of my current, and then I can avoid having to go do laundry. Well, that came in wet, my friends, and it needed to be done. It just needed. It had to happen. So I had to go do laundry, and I'm like, I got clean sheets, so that's nice. I I washed all of my hoodies just in time to put them away because it is not hoodie season anymore. Urban Buddha, welcome. It's been a while. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here on the stream. Yeah, thank you for congratulating me. Normally, I look for congratulations on folding my laundry and putting away, but just the very act of doing laundry feels like pretty great. So I'm pretty happy about that. But that was my big thing. Yesterday, I didn't leave the apartment at all, which was good. I need that. I gotta be okay with that. All right. So last night, here's the thing that did happen last night. We're gonna keep working on this. We got, I think, only one more hologram to put in here. No, we got two more holograms to put in here. Okay. So we gotta put some holograms in here, and then H pieces. All right. So let's get this going. We're still working on this, on our weapon here, but we've gotten, obviously, a lot done with that. Okay, so, last night, I get a calendar notification because I am the kind of person that puts in reminders about deadlines for conventions. When panel submissions are due, when volunteer submissions are due, that kind of thing, I'll have hey, this is the last day to do this, but I'll also put in hey, you've got 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever, because otherwise I will forget them. So it took me years to get to the place where I remember to put in the reminders. I am now in a place where I'll put the reminders in. When they announce things, I'll put it in. It helps me a lot. Obviously, this year, conventions feel well, I went to PAX East. That's it. PAX East and C2E2 were the same weekend, and they were the last conventions. Sorry. Nobody else gets to have them this year. But I got a notification. Hey, May 15th, this convention, submissions for panels are due. Uh, okay. And then I was like, well, that they must have canceled this because it's, you know, submissions for panels are due middle of May. The convention is 2 months after that, in the middle of August or June, July, 3 months after that. So it's August. They must have canceled it, right? It's a New York City convention in August. Yeah, I was looking forward to doing a couple of Magic events this year. Yeah. I mean, look, Vegas is going to want to do conventions, I bet, because it's Vegas. So maybe that the Magic Fest, does it always happen in Las Vegas? Is there always a Magic event in Las Vegas? Or is there just sometimes? Vegas is in August. Yeah, I bet Wizards doesn't want to do it, but does want to do it, but doesn't want to do it. But I bet the city of Las Vegas definitely wants it. But also, don't go. Don't go to that. And so that's where I'm at. With this thing, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna. I'll let you in a little inside baseball. Companies aren't really looking at funding live events right now. Yeah, not first of all, hi, not ground style. Been a little bit happy to have you here, but yes, companies that are looking, events that are looking for sponsorship, that sponsorship's probably not going to be there. Companies that are looking, but conventions that are run mostly on donations from the community or previous things or that kind of stuff. Yeah, my girlfriend and I won't be going to Vegas. Yeah, decidedly, I don't think it. I just think that's the wise choice. So I'm already in New York, right? So a convention in New York, feasibly, that's a subway ride. I'd prefer not to go on the subway, but I could go to it. I could go if I wanted to. I don't want to. So I was like, because also, like, I jokingly said this on Twitter. Imagine, like, me reaching out to people going, like, hey, are you still planning to go to this convention? And if so, do you want to be on my panel? Like, no. So at best, I would just I would just submit and go, I don't know who I'm booking on this. And then, like, that, but that's not great. That's not, like, professional. But it's reasonable to be like, hey, yeah, I'll come to your convention and I'll do whatever, and I'll do my panel. I just can't tell you who my guests are going to be because it is unreasonable to assume any of them are going to come. The crew I hang out with at PAX was planning a trip around August, and that's definitely not happening now. No. And cons are a big pass for me. PAX East was my last for the year, it seems. Yeah. So, I've talked about this, right? I might go to Philly for PAX Unplugged. I can't tell you that PAX Unplugged is going to happen this December. I can't tell you that I'm definitely going to go. But if PAX Unplugged happens in September, I might go, in December, I might go to it. Because, like, I really enjoy PAX Unplugged. And it's a smaller con. And it's in a decent enough space. They already have a lot of space. So maybe I'll go, but I probably won't. And I probably shouldn't. So I probably won't, but I don't know. But that's also December. And December feels a long way away. Seeing you at PAX Unplugged was a riot. I had a great time at PAX Unplugged this year. This year particularly, I only did a day. So I got up really early, took the train down, hung out, saw some people, bought a couple things, did a panel, hung out, got back on the train, at the last train. The only mistake I made was thinking that there would be food options just because there was a train late at night at the the Philly train station, all the food places had closed. So I should have gotten food on the way to the train station because, yeah. So I fucked that up. That's the only thing about that trip that sucked. Um, uh, your Japan trip is canceled. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry, Urban Buddha, but yeah. When it comes down to this thing of like, so, I don't think like I don't think I want to go to FlameCon this year. If there is a FlameCon in August, because August feels like too soon. If there's a FlameCon, I don't want to go to it. And I love FlameCon. It is one of my favorite conventions. Period. The vibe is beautiful and great. Uh, Delta emailing me, begging me to fly with them. Yeah, I mean, no, get out of here. I will not be surprised if I get emails from JetBlue. I'm expecting those to come. I mean, I do have to think about. I got miles. I got points. I have enough points for a free one, at least one way to go visit my folks for Christmas. But I don't know. I mean, I probably will, but that's gonna be weird. Anyway, so that got me thinking, and I put a poll up on Twitter, which is always a good idea. It's always a good idea to put polls up, but no, I'm mostly kidding. But I put a poll up on Twitter to say like, hey, if I did a virtual panel, what like a streaming panel, like a version of one of my panels, what would you most like to see? And I put 404ing it, and I put improvised postmortem, and I put Pat Baer's Anime Club, which obviously I've only done once, but is a panel that I like a lot. You will notice I did not include League of Heels because I'm not going to try to do that. I'm not going to try to do that show, if it works at all, barely works. And I honestly feel like, even though there are plenty of people that watch it streaming or watch the archives and enjoy it, that is a show like we need a crowd. Like I can't Skype people in for that panel. Like that doesn't work. A smaller version of it perhaps would work. A few people, a couple promos that people send in that we play as video, an interruption, a few surprises here and there, commentary team. Like it's possible to do that. I don't necessarily think we're gonna be able to pull that off, but so I didn't even include that. Also, a thing that I have learned is that if you're in an event, you can get people to do your thing, but if it's just like, hey, do you want to like hang out with me on a Wednesday night? Like, some people are like, yes, and other people are like, no, I got kids. Like, yeah, you got kids. I understand. The majority of folks, astronomical amount of folks have voted for 404ing it. And then postmortem, and then Pat Baer's Anime Club, I believe, are the results. So I mean, it's going till the end of the stream. So I'm gonna just quickly see how that's doing. See. Oh yeah, my other tweet getting a little traction was good. Okay, yeah, right now 80%. Oh, Improvised Postmortem has bumped up a little bit. Pat Baer's Anime Club still behind. That sniper is very complex. Yeah, I mean the whole thing is this is the sniper. Somebody, I apologize, I forget on the Silver Streak on the Discord was like, that thing has really long legs, and it does. It's got long legs, and it's got armor, and this thing is just built for sniping Lock-on's kit. And yeah, a lot of pieces in this. As a master grade, they're like, well, let's make the sniper rifle really cool, which I appreciate. Um, I'm into it. Anyway, does it not have a skirt? No, it has uh, boosters on the back because of the GN drive. So the boosters are on the butt, and then there's no side because I don't know, for sniping, and then the front pop open for like rockets, missiles, and yeah, so these pop open for missiles to shoot out, and then also missiles can shoot out of the knees, which is all just like, hey, keep away from me so that, hey, please keep your distance so that I can snipe you. Then also, we haven't built them yet, but on the knees, the sides of the knees are going to be two little containers that hold its pistols, because this also has dual pistols. Oh yeah, it also has dual pistols. There's a lot. This kit fucking rules. I'm a big fan. All right, let's build the tripod for the sniper rifle. Bipod. It's a bipod. Um, so yeah, we got to build that. Okay. Uh, da, da, da. One thing I don't love about this is that I'm not used to seeing hips on a Gundam, right? Um, One thing I don't love about this is that there are like different size legs, and that it's not the legs on the bipod in the front don't extend. You either like do the short version or the long version, and I kind of don't love that. Um, but we'll do the short version because I'm not going to pose it like is shown. Yeah, yeah. Usually, it's an odd kit. I do enjoy it though. All right, yeah. So we'll do the short ones. Fold up. Um, but I have options on that. So let me say this: of the three panels, 404ing it is the most complicated I could do if I was going to do it as a live stream, because it involves a few people, homework. I got to show a bunch of video and do all the tech side of it as well as hosting it. And I mean, I guess theoretically I could have someone else in a call, Google Hangout or whatever, sharing their screen, and then I would just do that. Do you think other people would be interested in hosting panels online? So, there's been there are been virtual conventions, right? Funimation just announced they're going to be doing a virtual convention July 3rd and 4th. What that entails, I don't know. But I think they were at some point gearing up to eventually do a convention to rival Crunchyroll's convention. So that this is their like, well, let's try it virtually first, and then we'll see if that makes any sense. So I think there is like talk of that. Like, I haven't reached out. I'll say I myself, I haven't like reached out to like the PAX folks or Reed to be like, hey, when PAX West doesn't happen, are you thinking about doing something on those Twitch channels, doing some kind of thing? So there's there's definitely like, I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's like worth investigating. As a lot of these conventions kind of figure out what they're going to do. And some conventions probably won't do anything. And like maybe FlameCon will do some virtual panels and get some people that they would have booked when that eventually gets postponed, because it shouldn't happen, in my opinion. But, it's not my call. So I don't know. Right now I am, I'm just thinking like, as a way to do my bonus streams, because I do like my weekly bonus streams instead of just playing games. The idea of one Wednesday night having a few people together doing 404ing it, or doing Improvised Postmortem, or doing Baer's Anime Club will be fun. Now, Baer's Anime Club is the easiest show of the three for me to do, right? It's mostly just a conversation. It's um, it is presenting uh, information out to people. There's video, but mostly it's going to be images, and mostly it's presentational one at a time. Thank you. I had a great time, Buddha. I appreciate that. I had a great time with that. That show is probably the easiest of any of these for me to do. It's just the problem is that like and I could get like 2 guests, 3 guests, no problem. Improvised Postmortem, I can get guests for that. That's not a big deal. Improvised Postmortem presents the problem of it being kind of hard to present that as a panel, the vibe. Because the lightning round, I don't know if the lightning round works if you're not next to the person that I'm pairing you with. Over talk and all of that. I don't know. I think I would have to make it, and also the lightning round is my favorite part of the panel. So I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know if that works. I'm not necessarily thrilled with that idea. And then 404ing it is just like a hard show to run all the tech for and all of that and keep the levels going and making sure my panelists are seeing. I'm sharing a screen with my panelists, and then they're on the screen, and like I can do all that with 2 monitors, but it is adding a level of complexity when I start integrating people that I'm like, that could be hard. So decidedly, Dragon Con is in a terrible position, right? So any convention doesn't want to be the ones to say, we're not doing this, we don't feel comfortable doing this. They want, mostly, because for insurance purposes, they want the state or city to say, you can't do this. So they can go to their insurance company and say, we couldn't do this, so we don't owe these hotels money, and we don't owe this convention center money, and we don't owe this, that, and we don't owe this, and we aren't locking ourselves out of future events by canceling, which, because people fucking have grudges when you cancel events, and all this other stuff. Now, Dragon Con runs into major issues because the governor of Georgia wants the state to reopen. So nobody knows if the city of Atlanta is going to say, don't do this or not. They may say, do it. And then the body of people that are figuring out Dragon Con have to figure out, can they afford to cancel on their end with no recompense and no safety. And it's they don't know. They don't know if they're going to be able to pull that off, if that's going to work out. It is, where's Ego? Oh, sorry. Dropped the thing. Found the thing. It is really tough. They're in a very tough position. Because, yeah, like I said, Seattle's going to say no. Conventions that are scheduled for May, already got canceled. June stuff is going to get canceled. July stuff is probably going to get canceled. But if you're the first weekend of September, they want to make money. So, right now, I feel like Dragon Con is going to happen and PAX West is not. But I could see Dragon Con being the first con to happen since this all happened, and people getting fucking very sick because Dragon Con is a lot of people just... Look, I don't want to paint the picture that everyone's fucking at Dragon Con, but a lot of people are fucking at Dragon Con, or just at all-night dance parties, or in large groups of cosplayers for photos or dance, just being in wherever. So not ground style. Dragon Con is just like it is one of the biggest conventions in the country, but it's basically a celebration and a party of fandom. It is a fandom event. It leans into the sci-fi and fantasy, but it's a lot of cosplayers. It's a big party. These hotels that are connected by like skywalks, that have huge lobbies, like that's where a lot of it takes place. There are parades for different cosplay groups. And by groups, I mean not just people that are like, oh, we're group cosplayers. They're like, hey, if you dressed up as Naruto, come at this time and join our Naruto group, and then also join if you're anyone from that anime. But if you're specifically like, hey, if you are a stormtrooper, come to this march in our stormtrooper parade. Like it fucking rules. I have not been personally, but I have friends who that is their convention, and they love it dearly. Should I go to Dragon Con? I mean, I would say not grad style. Don't go to Dragon Con this year. Don't go this year. But in general, Dragon Con seems fucking cool, and lots of autograph stuff and lots of celebrities and nerd celebrities and panel stuff and parties, and just like there are crews that go together, and then also there's a lot of hotel shit that happens at Dragon Con. Dragon Con also was an early convention that was very uh, uh, like for folks that wear like costume stuff, but also folks that wear fursuits. They were very welcoming of that community. Uh, like very early on, be like, yeah, man, it's a party. Come party with us. So they're very accepting convention. Uh, but still shouldn't happen this year. That's my opinion on that. So yeah, so I'm like figuring out if I'm gonna I'm thinking like, yeah, I might probably do like a my own kind of like panel thing as way like so scheduling another wrestling thing has been tough because I think that people like some people are just busy and Wednesdays are hard, and so maybe mixing it up and trying to schedule something else would be the way to go. It's also the thing of like so it is what people are comfortable with, and sometimes not everyone is comfortable with every kind of show. Um, you know, there are plenty of people that are like the fursuit vehicle. Yeah. Uh, there are plenty of people who are like, I am not. I don't want to do anything with the name improv in it. I'm like, you're naturally a funny person and you have a lot of game knowledge. You'd be fine at this. And they're like, nope, that's not something I want to do. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. But then I'm like, okay, well, do you want to do 404ing it? And they're like, yes. So, also, I might be able to book like, maybe, hey, I'm not saying this will happen, but maybe if I do a 404ing it, I can book people that don't go to PAX anymore because their job doesn't send them to PAX. And maybe I could book them and I can get some All-Stars. Get some PAX All-Stars in. I think that would be pretty cool if I could pull that off. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll see. But I like the idea of it. I like the idea of um, doing a. All right, sorry. These are the tiniest pieces I've had to deal with. You can't even see these probably on stream because they are clear. But there you can see that. I got these tiny little clear pieces here. I'm supposed to put stickers on them. I'm not even gonna. I might not even try, but I gotta set these in here, and I tried to get this started and then pop them in, and then it didn't work. So now I gotta separate these parts. We're working on the our pistols here, but yeah, I don't know. I think like I've also wondered. I'm like, here's the thing, right? This is what people want. They want me to do 404ing it again. I want to do 404ing again. Also, I'm probably just going to do a live episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club at some point because I really like Pat Baer's Anime Club, and I want to do another one of those because I have friends that really like anime, and I want to talk to them. And there might be, as I said, a few people I could book in that I couldn't book at a convention. The yelling about anime is yelling about the shows we love is always one we could do. But there are other ones like the one I would do at FlameCon would be uh, our queer faves. And it would just be like our favorite shows that either through regular old text or subtext where needed, the shows that like our gay favorite shows. Like that is a fun thing that we could do. I could do on a panel like that. It'd be funny to do 404ing it with those things from real life somehow. Oh, the best of real life. I like that idea, not grind style, doing like at least a segment, because I could do inner video of like, hey, remember blank, and it was just like people playing volleyball, beach volleyball, or just like hanging out, like that. That is a fun segment. All right, so this is a very tiny piece, and I don't like it, and I'm not having fun putting it in, and I'm just gonna do my best. Then we'll move on. This just does not want to cooperate with me. Um, but yeah, but Pat Bear's Anime Club is definitely the easiest. Like even the video stuff wouldn't be too hard to do, and just have tabs going, and then just have a Google Hangout, have clip the Google Hangout so it shows up in OBS, and then share my screen with the rest of the people so they could see the video. And then, okay, so we got one of these done. Let's do the other one. But also that will work for 404ing it as well. So I don't know. Also, the idea of doing it as a stream means that like like oh maybe it won't be an hour and a half, but we could there's not a time limit. I'm not bumping up against another panel, which sounds pretty great to me. Because like I'm pretty good at that, but if it's my stream, then I don't have to worry about that shit at all. That sounds awesome. All right, so as again, we got a very tiny piece here that I got to feed into this. We're going to take a look at stickers in a second because there are stickers I can put on these pistols if I wanted to. I have not made that decision yet, but I don't know if it needs it. And they're going to be very tiny. Hey, I don't want to talk about this too much but I've been trying not to subtweet this, but I don't know what I need to talk about it. You know that thing where you're like, this is a friend of mine. So either you know or you don't know, and that's okay. But let me give you a blanket statement here in this subtweet. If you're working on a project, right? You're doing something cool on the internet. You're doing, you've got, you're going to do, you got a book coming out. You got, you're working on a new podcast. You got, You got I don't know, something in the future. You got a crowdfunding campaign coming out, right? And you want to you're lucky enough that you can get a bunch of different people out there in the world to, you know, review your thing before it goes live and give you pull quotes. Quotes are important because people see a wide variety of folks and they see people, that tried it and their testimonials and they're like, oh, cool, this person liked this. That's neat. If you have an opportunity to decide who you have pulled quotes from, you don't have to use garbage people. If they're trash, if they're respected in their community, it doesn't matter. If they've got defenders, it doesn't matter. If they're garbage humans and they're full of trash, you don't need them to give you a nice thing to say about your shit. And in fact, perhaps, that might be a deal breaker for some people who want to support you and want to like what you like, but are real bummed the fuck out when you have an abuser or a shitty boss or someone who is in current legal trouble telling people they like your thing. You just don't have to do it. And that is a fucking subtweet. And if you know, you know. And there's no reason for you to all dig it up. I'm not going to say it. I literally DM'd a friend of mine and said, hey, something I joke about how I wish I had a private Twitter to talk shit? Here's what I would say in it. And they were like, I know. And we had a cathartic moment. And that was nice. Because I don't understand how you could have, it's not hard. Especially, like I said, look, if you're just starting out and let's take this person for example, right? Somehow, this is a person not associated with what I'm talking about, but somehow, you got Will Wheaton to read your shit. Will Wheaton read your book and is going to give you support. And that's the only famous person you know. That's the only connected person you know. And maybe you're like, I don't love that Will Wheaton did not disassociate himself from Chris Hardwick, known shitbag Chris Hardwick. It's a bummer that he didn't do that. That he was like, I'm still cool with my buddy Chris. And you think that sucks. But that's Will Wheaton. I get that. I can understand it. I don't know if I can respect it, but I can understand it. You were like, this is going to do a lot for me if Will Wheaton writes a thing about my thing. I get that. I get it. I don't agree with it. I get it. But it's another thing. If you have people from all different genres and fields and all these cool people out there that want to talk about your thing and are excited about your thing, and also Will Wheaton is going to write a thing, then you can say, and you should say, I'm good. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Well, hey, I had a bunch of people like this or whatever. One versus 20 doesn't make that one better. You know what I mean? It doesn't. But I can understand it. But when you have a bunch of people that want to talk about your thing glowingly, you don't need to also include a garbage person in that mix. And it was a weird thing. Like I said, I had to DM a friend about it because I can't fucking believe that shit. And then also, this thing that I'm subtweeting about, uh, I I had the opportunity to say something about it. I didn't. I didn't know it ahead of time, but I could have taken a look at this presentation last night, apparently, and given feedback on it. And I'll tell you that my feedback would have been, hey, you don't need this person on this list. It sucks to include them. But whatever. Uh, yeah, it's a weird thing, and it was bad, and bummed about it because, yeah, weird trash. Weird trash is out there, folks. Um, I don't know. We are going to take a pause to the cause in a moment or two, and then we'll kind of shake off the the bad vibes there that I put out there. I do apologize if I put out some bad vibes. I'm sorry about that. That's not my intention. That's not my goal. Lord Crashington redeem. Play the soundboard. Lord Crashington mixing it up via soundboard. I like that. Get that going there. That. Yeah, we need some new vibes. You're totally right. Look, we don't shy away from that kind of thing on this stream. You know that we if it's time to talk about some stuff that's going on, we will talk about the things that are going on, and I do not shy away from those things. But also, we want to dwell on other things. We want to like have some fun. Aristofan says, "Thanks for all the streams, Pat. You are a ray of light in the world." Well, Aristofan, that's lovely of you to say. Thank you so much. 20 months, a 20-month streak. Please, please, please. Let's throw the Bear Cave leg of the site emote in the chat for Aristofan. Also, we are taking a pause for the cause, so throw those emotes in there if you're a subscriber anyway. Folks, if you're new to the stream, if you're not a subscriber, if this is your first time or your third time, we're taking a pause for the cause. And what that means is we're just going to take a break, and I'm going to talk about ways you can support the stream if you're so inclined to do that. You're under no obligation to support the stream in any way other than, hey, if you want to watch it, that sounds great. If you don't want to watch it, I don't know. Bye. Thank you. But I have various ways you can support the stream if you'd like to. First and foremost, being a subscriber, like Aristofan, is huge. Using Cash Money or your Twitch Prime coin, because you have Amazon Prime, you linked it with Twitch, you got that old Twitch Prime, and you use that coin to support me on my streams. What I do right here, unbelievable. Thank you so much for that. That is a great way to support the stream. Also, you could gift a sub. If you see somebody in chat, they're not already a subscriber, you want to gift them a sub, that's rad. You join the leaderboard. Bits and coins, always appreciated. You join a leaderboard for that too. That's rad. And you know, I appreciate it. I have a Patreon early in the month. Great time to get on that Patreon. There are different levels. If you're like $5 a month, that's no thanks, Pat. What about $1 or $3? Or if you're like only $5 a month, I want to support more. Well, there's $10 patron level. There's also tiers here. In my opinion, the folks that do $10 tier here, that's rad. But $5 is really all you need, because the 5 and 10, all you're getting is one emote. So, you know, wherever you want to do. Slugworth is following. Thank you, Slugworth. I appreciate that. Again, folks, we're going to get through these this ad read pretty quickly. We'll get back to building very soon. As you know, I have to buy model kits in order to build those model kits. I have some donations. If you want to do a one-time donation, those are what things you can do if you want to support the stream that way. Just once, you can do that. I got a coffee. I got Streamlabs donation thing. I got PayPal. Those are options. You know, you don't have to do any of that, but you can, and you know, it'd be cool, and I appreciate it. I also have a wish list on Amazon. You don't have to join that. Oh, also, all the links that I'm putting here in the chat, you could see those if you're watching this later on YouTube. You can find those in the show notes. And thanks if you're watching on YouTube after the fact. That's cool. So I got some kits here, some Lego sets. A bunch of this stuff is available. It's going to take a while to get there. I would say don't buy anything that doesn't have Prime free delivery attached to it, because who knows. But yeah, there's a bunch of different kits and Lego sets and model kits. I'm keeping everything in there that originally was going to be international shipping because that will come back in a price that is pretty reasonable at some point. Right now, it just isn't. And yeah, I'll gladly build anything from that. And if you buy something on our wish list, I'll build in the future. The next kit we're going to be building is the Justice Knight, and that was bought by Natalie, which is awesome. Bought off the wish list, which was very cool of Natalie to do. So that's coming up. That comes right off the wish list. We'll get through these pretty quick here, folks, and then we'll get back to building. USA Gundam Store. This is the alternative. Now, they don't have a wish list for me to be like, hey, you can buy something on this. They don't do that. But you can buy a gift card from USA Gundam Store. You buy a gift card, you get a code in your email. You send me that code through a DM on Twitter or a whisper here on Twitch. I buy something and I build it. Lashbrook gave me a gift card and I bought this with that, plus a little bit of money that came out of the donations fund. And so I was able to pick this up and build it. And it's been a great kit that I've really enjoyed doing. And also I got to support a local business, which is cool. All right. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about real quick? Oh, yeah. I got a Discord. You can join my Discord. That's a cool place full of fun people, post photos, talk about stuff, talk about building, promote themselves if they're doing something that would appeal to this audience, y'all. So that's a fun thing you could join in if you wanted to. What do we want to talk about? Oh, yeah. A couple links. I put this up last Monday. It still applies right now. Pat Baer's Anime Club. We're talking about Pat Baer's Anime Club, the live version that I did at PAX East. Well, I do a just me talking to a camera version every 2 weeks. And the latest Pat Baer's Anime Club is about shows that you can marathon, that you could watch here. Some of them are feel-good shows. They are my favorite shows to watch that I go back to all the time, like Flying Witch, shows that are just feel-good, relaxing, chill shows. Cells at Work still has some action, but it's a show about like the human body doing its job and getting stuff done, and that's cool. And then also a couple shows that have like a lot of episodes you can really dive into. And also with the caveat, in that video I mentioned Yu Yu Hakusho. There's an episode early on in Yu Yu Hakusho that for its time, during its time, in its time, what you could almost call progressive in its attitudes towards a guest character that was trans. Nowadays, it does not hold up and is not great, but for the time, it was kind of supportive and kind of okay and maybe not awful. But also, when you think about anime in 2020, that shit still isn't great. So, you know, it is what it is, unfortunately. For every show that has a trans character that is not a big deal and is, in fact, the people are pretty chill about it and handled pretty well, there are a lot of anime where it is still men dressing as ladies. How funny. Anime. Side note, that's a tangent. Okay, also, Baering the List. Very different video. I rank things on Baering the List, and I rank the members of the New Day. Not that controversial of a video, I don't think. My next one, I think people might get a little mad about the next one. The next one is about One Piece. That comes out on Wednesday. Tuesday, if you're a $5 or $10 patron supporter, you'll get that video tomorrow. And I rank all of the members of the Straw Hat Pirates. And I rank a former member of the Straw Hat Pirates. And I rank, just for fun, a future possible member of the Straw Hat Pirates. Who the fuck knows? It is a really fun. That's a really fun one. That's like I said. That's coming out on Wednesday, but a preview will be tomorrow because my $5, $10 patrons get it stuff early. Uh, I'm gonna drink a little water here. I'm not even gonna hit the icon for water. I'm just gonna drink it. I got a Nightbot command for water. Not even worried about it. Um, I'm gonna be right back in 1 second, and then we're gonna get back to building, and we're gonna talk about anime. But I'm gonna hit the be right back, and I will be right back in just 1 second. Stay tuned. And we're back. And now you're asking yourself, Pat, you're asking me, not yourself, you're asking me. Pat, did you forget to put on your Jedi robe before the stream started and only remember during the break, during the pause of the cause, and so you took a break to go and frantically put it on as quick as possible? No, what are you talking about? This was my plan all along, was that I was going to just wear this the whole, I wasn't going to wear this the whole stream, I was only going to wear it for the second out of the stream. I totally didn't forget to put this on before the stream started and only remember during the stream. And then frantically go and do it. That's silly. I don't know what you're thinking. Happy May the 4th. I didn't plan anything for May the 4th. I don't have we're not building a Star Wars kit, as you can see. We're celebrating Star Wars by let's put together some lightsabers, beam sabers. But you know what these are. You know that the back of these butt rockets, there are these things here, and we're going to pull those off, and those are for lightsabers. You know these are lightsabers. They call them a beam saber for whatever, but you get it. You know. Anyway, I got this Jedi robe, and I got a shirt thing that's supposed to look like the tunic. It kind of looks like the tunic, but it's not great. So yeah, I do like this is like placed like this so you can reach behind it and pull them out. I think that's pretty neat. And then they like slide in. And I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, beam sabers. That's that. I did plan on just wearing this. I think last year I streamed on May the 4th, and I had it on, or 2 years ago, ready to go. Like the stream started, and I was like, I had like figured it out, and it didn't look shitty, and I was ready to go. Anyway, I should theoretically be able to build wearing this robe. So let's see what's up. Hi. Let's get back into it. That was a weird diversion. Man, this kit is so good. It really is. It is great. Like all of the parts of it are just really fun to assemble. I think the only annoying part was probably I'm doing good. Was probably just like the tiny little pieces in the pistols. All right, so we got to get our we got to put together our holsters for the guns, and we'll do that. You know what makes Star Wars better? Giant mechs. The pistols sucked. Yeah, I mean, it was just like this tiny little piece to put in there, and it was, look, if I wasn't doing this on stream, like I always say, if I wasn't doing this on stream, that would not have been a hard thing. But because I'm doing it and trying to talk and keep an eye on chat and engage with you, this is why I don't like doing real grades. I don't like doing really detailed 144 scales. I like my 144s to be high grades. And I like my master grades to be 1/100 scales, because when you start getting into intricate work, I start I stop talking, and that's bad. It's bad when I stop talking on a stream. All right, so let's build these holsters. Also, we can talk about anime because the second hour of the stream and the second hour we talk about anime. Now, I'll say this right off the bat, y'all. There is a show that I stopped watching. Shiro Neko. It just got boring, and I didn't want to keep watching it. If I buy you a Force Impulse, you build it on stream. It has so many tiny bits. I mean, I look, the generosity of folks out there, I never want to say don't do that. But generally, when I put stuff on my wish list, it is stuff that I'm like, at the very least, generally, I like to, to answer your question. I mean, yeah, but I generally try to put things on there that, like, when I hear this is the most frustrating real grade that they ever made, nah, yeah, like nah, like I don't really want to do that because mainly it's just not fun for. It's also like a lot of times really not fun for y'all if I'm like struggling with a kit and just can't seem to put it together. We ran in that to a long time ago when we were doing a Star Wars kit, where all of a sudden it was easy and fun, and then we got to these tiny chrome pieces that were all in the engine, and it was just like, fuck this. This sucks. Like, tweezers weren't working on that, and it just like really made me unhappy, and I was just not a happy Pat Baer in that instance. And that's a shame. I don't love that. Anyway, we're going to talk about some anime stuff. So I always try to talk about the shows that I've been watching. And like I said, I dropped the Shiro Neko. I think that if they had made an anime based on the game itself, the video game that that this is ostensibly based on, the game itself sounds way more interesting than the what we're getting, which is the a prequel. Like, it's the prequel event leading up to the game. Like, it's just not engaging. It's just not fun. I'm bummed because that one seemed kind of cool, and it's just not. I'm not enjoying it. And even with a bunch of shows being delayed, I still have stuff to watch. So if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to continue. Unless, like, sometimes there's shows out there that even if I'm not like really engaged with it, at the very least I can get something out of it. Like, it's interesting to talk about, like that kind of thing. Whereas this, I'm like, meh. Keep Your Hands Off Isaac-in is beautiful. Keep Your Hands Off Isaac-in, like, last season was not that strong of a season. It was not that great. There weren't a lot of stellar shows last season. But that was one of the best shows. That was the best show of the season and one of the best shows that came out this year. It will be hard to top. Other anime are definitely playing catch up with trying to be as cool as that one. And good luck to them. Because, Keep Your Hands Off Isaac-in is just like a beautiful love letter to animation and creativity, and is just like the art style was so fun. So good. Anyway, shows that I did watch because I did want to watch them. Shachibato, President, It's Time for Battle. I knew this was coming, but I was hoping it wouldn't. The character that was introduced in the previous episode, the young girl who's very good at magic, but definitely doesn't have social skills, shows up and says, "Hey, let me work for you. Let me join you, your company, and work for your company." And, oh, cool, a new character gets in, and you get to mix it up, and now we've got a mage, which is good because they don't have a mage, so that's cool. Except that she is a young girl who's very talented, and that talent has gone to her head, and she is tsundere or really annoying. She's tsundere at best, but just honestly really annoying. And it is very frustrating to uh, to deal with, basically, because she is just such an annoying character. All right, so we put that in there. Let's build the other one. Yeah, it is a frustrating situation because she is so annoying, and I would, I assume she's going to cool off. We also got some plot in this episode. Like I think we're 5 episodes in, so we got some plot beyond the standard part of the show, which so far has been they are a small little adventuring company. They need they need it to raise enough funds to get the stuff that his father, who previously ran the company, the items that he had donated to a museum. If they pay the inheritance on that, they can get those items, and then when they have those items, they can use that to further keep the company afloat. And I like the characters. I like that the healer is a young male character. I think that's fun. They have a run-in with the annoying dude who's also tsundere, which is like one of my least favorite archetypes. So that was like, ugh, this fucking dude. And there's some plot beyond the fact they need to make some money. Something weird is happening in their city, and there are some new dungeons, and there are new creatures they don't know how to beat, and it's becoming an issue. So they're gonna have to deal with that issue. And then also maybe she doesn't want to, on paper, be an employee, and I don't know why that's happening. So a show that really didn't feel like it had a lot going on has some stuff going on, and I'm pretty into that. It's a light adventuring show. It is based on a strategy video game, so it's kind of interesting to see how that has been attuned for an audience. I think that's kind of a neat idea. That there's like, oh yeah, I mean, it's still a strategy thing. But they're giving them a character. They're working on character stuff that I think is pretty cool. Overall, is it the best show of the season? No. Is it an okay show on a Sunday, a day where I don't have any other anime shows to watch? Yeah. It's a totally fine show to watch while I'm having some dinner. And honestly, sometimes that's enough. This is like, is this fine? Yeah? Okay, great. Woodpecker Detective's Office. So we are so Woodpecker's Detective Office is a murder mystery anime that is based on a novel, which was a fictional account of real life people, basically saying like, what if these real life linguists and poets solved mysteries to make a living. And the novel is about this period, their attempt to solve this mystery in this like high rise. So we're getting into that. This episode is like introducing what the book was based on. The other ones are just kind of smaller stories to kind of get you a sense of the characters. I really like the characters. I like the interpersonal relationships. I wish I knew more about these people in the realm of the anime. I feel like the anime assumes that I am a history major, a Japanese history major, and I know about these poets, and I already know about them. In the same way that, like, if you're doing your take on Sherlock Holmes, you don't really need to investigate a lot of time in like Holmes and Watson and Moriarty because we get it. Yeah, I know who these people are. I get that. Side note, there's going to be a new anime coming out this year that is from the perspective of a young Moriarty growing up and becoming the man who will be Sherlock Holmes' great rival. And like, yawn. Just yawn. I don't need to see anime about the Three Kingdoms. I don't need to see anime about the Journey to the West. And I don't need to see anime about Sherlock Holmes. That's where we're at, y'all. That's for me. That's me. That's me. That's maybe not you. Maybe you're watching. You're bummed that Kingdom season 3 has been delayed. You can't wait to get back into it because that's your jam. And if that is the case, then I'm sorry that I poo-pooed a thing that you like. But there is, yeah, that's just not a thing that I am into. I just don't find it. Like there already was the end of last year or the beginning of this year. There already was a show about Sherlock Holmes. There were two shows because there was last year. There was the anime about the jewelry shop owner who was basically Sherlock Holmes, and then there was the one about Sherlock Holmes and all his friends. But they're like, what if they're teens, like street urchin teens? I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm good. I'm done. I don't need any more Sherlock Holmes stories. Anyway, next week's is going to be the last episode because of a hiatus, because of the ongoing hiatus. A lot of anime is happening that will take out the. So we're only going to have one more episode of Extra Olympia Kyklos. So this show is weird. It's only 5 minutes long. It's that like feels like a Monty Python sketch. It's that style of this is like stop motion claymation, but not that, and there are human actors. Anyway, the guy went into the future at the end of episode 1, and the episode 2, he's in the future. He learns about the egg race. Put an egg in a cup, don't drop it. He takes that back to him, wins a big competition by doing that, which is cool. I thought it was going to take place in the future. I thought it was the idea was, also this guy when he goes to the future, he looks like a Greek statue. He's a Greek guy from ancient Greece. He looks like a statue where everyone else is animated in some style. I thought that was a cool touch. But we're back in the past, and now we're going to see some stuff. It's a weird art style. The end song, they basically animate a character's lips, and it's a real person's lips. You can see their mouth moving. And in this week, their ending song was basically an ad for basically it was like an ancient Greek ad for for erectile dysfunction. I don't think I'm doing the series justice, but I also don't think that it needs it because it's just a very weird short series. It's weird as shit, y'all. It's not Gal and Dino weird, but it is very odd. Reminder that the best shows this season come out on Saturday. One is on Crunchyroll, one is on Funimation. They both come out on Saturday. They are my two favorite shows this season, and those are My Next Life as a I was trying to say it all in breath and I messed up. My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, and Gal and Dino. Those are the two best shows this season. By far. Those are my favorite shows. There are some other ones that are cool, and I like them. It's on hiatus. I was intrigued by and excited to see where Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater was going to go. I think that's an interesting show. I'm bummed that's kind of that is on hiatus, but I understand it. Kaguya-sama, Love is War Season 2 has been pretty good. It'll be interesting to see what this new dynamic of the other person running for student council is going to do to it. Kakushigoto was a show that I didn't know I was going to watch this season. In fact, didn't watch the first episode when it came out, but people were like, no, it's cute. It's actually really good. You should check it out. And I'm glad that I did because it is one of my favorites now. Um, that's really strong. Maybe that's one of the best shows this season. It's definitely sweeter and nicer than I thought it was going to be, and bittersweet. Decidedly wants me to bang the gong. All right, let me put this piece in here. We're working on our armor here, and then I will bang that gong in just a moment. Put that there. Get my gong. Princess Connect is decent so far. See, Lord Crashington, I stopped watching it. That might be a show that I have to pick up because things are getting delayed, and that hasn't been delayed. Thank you for using those channel points, decidedly. Lord Stockton, so the thing about Princess Connect is I think it's kind of interesting to have the main character, like, you know, if you have your main character be, like, oh, it's the main character from a video game, we're adapting it. He doesn't have a personality because it's you. The idea of, well, he has amnesia, I think is an interesting thing. But it also is very clear that he's not the main character in the story, and he's not going to get over his amnesia, I don't think. And it'd be one thing if he was like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't have memories of my past. I don't remember. I think I was, you tell me I was in an adventure. I don't remember those adventures. But instead, he just is clueless about everything and has no idea how anything works, and I do not enjoy that. Also, is the show about food or not? Because the game it is based on, I believe, is like an RPG where you go and collect things and then cook. And it doesn't seem like that's the case. I didn't look. I haven't watched every episode, so I don't know. You say it's becoming about food. That's the thing. It's supposed to be about food the whole time. And the first couple episodes definitely make you think that it is just a harem show with a protagonist who does not have any memories, which is a weird thing. Because he's just going to keep running into different princesses and go on adventures. They formed a guild to make food and find the best food. Cool. That's what the game is about. So at least they did that. They just took their time getting there. Like I said, I don't want to feel like I'm being a jerk about it, but like it just doesn't, it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know. So Princess Reconnect was a show that I dropped. I'm dropping Shironeko, and everything else I'm watching. Those are ones that I'm like not really interested in checking out. Okay, so this armor can go on here like this. So you can put the armor on like this. That. So we'll do that. Put that armor on. Put it on the sides. Decidedly says, I just picked up the MG100 Act Guy from the store you talked about. Oh, nice. Cool. Enjoy it. I got a good little backlog right now between folks generously picking things up and then my own purchases. I was able to get quite a few items, which I'm very happy about. Okay. So this is some of the armor here. So this is like the early armor, and then there's more advanced armor that comes on as well. Did I put the armor on the right side here? No, I didn't. So these are the smaller ones. Oh, nice. It's your favorite suit. That's rad. Well, enjoy that. Look, I fully believe they will be delayed, and I understand that they will be delayed, but I can't wait for that new Death Scythe, that premium Bandai Death Scythe. Oh, cannot wait for that shit. I'm excited about the Tall Geese that I got as well, but that Death Scythe, Death Scythe is my favorite kit, so I kind of can't wait for that shit. All right, so I don't know why they're like, hey, here's how you pose it with these armor pieces, but we also got more armor that we can build right now, and so we're going to build the bigger armor pieces. But yeah, these go, basically, these go back here. So you can pose them like that, or you can pose them on the sides, but we'll put these on the back. And then, oops, sorry. The fact that these are modular is pretty cool, but they do sometimes take a second to kind of put together. Oh, we gotta pop it out. That'll help. Yes. Yes, decidedly. So, the premium Bandai kits, they put out a couple new things, and I pre-ordered some of them. Did I not star that? I didn't. P Bandai. Um, so I picked up a new real grade Tall Geese 2. Theoretically, they'll be delivered in September delivery. But yeah, so I'm getting a new real grade of the Tall Geese 2, and I'm getting the manga version of the Death Scythe, which just looks rad as hell. But that Tall Geese 2, I mean, I love. Look, is my favorite the 3? Yes. Do I also think the Tall Geese 2 is rad? Of course I do. I'm not a monster. I see a cool kit. I like a cool kit. That's how that works. I'm really excited about working on the Justice Knight for similar reasons, in that I like the knight motif. I think the knight, Knights of the Round Table motif is rad as hell. All right, so we're gonna work on our side armor here. We gotta find our components for that, because we got the back piece of the armor that can also go on the sides and the front. It's modular, but why wouldn't we put all of the armor on here? Okay, yeah. I understand. Tall Geese 3 is my favorite because it is the bridge between that and the Epion, which I also really love. That Tall Geese 3 Master Grade is, I was very happy to get that kit. I never thought I would. That kit is gorgeous, and it was a real treat to put it together. Yeah, it has it has the wings and a lance. Yes, the F. Yeah, yeah. No, I think the F is a sharp looking kit. No, don't get me wrong. All right, so we need H112. Oops. Yeah. All right. Put this on like this. This. I am knocking things over with this rope, which makes sense because it is ridiculous. It's just fabric. I just have a lot of extra fabric that I'm dealing with because, of course, that would be some problems. Yes. Yeah, the having some weaponry from the Epion is pretty rad on the Tall Geese 3, and it's just a beautiful looking color. It's a fantastic kit all around. Let's see. All right, folks, we're gonna keep working on this kit here. Trying to think about. Yeah, there's unfortunately, a bunch of shows are going on hiatus, anime-wise, which is a shame, because you want people to be able to watch the shows that they want to watch, and it is frustrating when they can't watch those shows because they are going on hiatus. But also completely and totally understandable that this is happening and probably overdue. But the idea that like Boruto and One Piece are both on hiatus. One Piece being on hiatus is just just weird. It's just a weird fact that is a show going on hiatus, but necessary. Yeah, and things being delayed, and at least one thing not going. One movie is that was supposed to come out. They're just not doing a theatrical release. Oh, speaking of theatrical releases, I've talked about this before. If you have watched the first season of uh, if you watch the first season of A Regular at Magic School, the second season is supposed to come out this year. It has been delayed. It is still expected to come out, though it is delayed. And the movie that came out and is canon and is a bridge between the first season and the second season, that is available on Funimation right now for like a 2 week engagement. If you want to watch that on Funimation, so you don't have to import it or buy it outright. You can just watch it subtitled, I believe, only on Funimation. And as I've said before, there's some really good art to Irregular at Magic School. I think the story is kind of interesting. And the part that is bad about the first season is not so much in the movie. There's one scene that's kind of questionable, but the whole thing where it is very clear that the two main characters are definitely in love with one another and are definitely brother and sister is still weird and still not great. Still not great. Uh, there's only one scene in that movie that is like, what the fuck, right? What's going on right now? So that's good. Mostly it's a lot of cool action with some in the minor characters gets to do some cool shit. But yeah, that show is basically an isekai that is not in a different world. It is just an OP main character who is just unbelievably OP and cool. Uh, but the art design is really fun. I really like the uniforms, the school uniforms. I think those are top notch. There's been some announcements about the summer season would start in July. I mean, things will be delayed. I mean, there's so many shows that will be delayed to July. It'll be interesting to see if everything comes out, if they just what they postpone, what they don't postpone, what they're going to do. Like it, I don't think a lot of people quite know what's going to happen um, in next season. But there, stuff coming out. Uh, there is a new isekai, but he is part of the class of the he is not an overpowered dude, um, and so he is kind of running his fantasy realm by like governance, like understanding the economics, and bettering them through trading, and strong leadership. So that'll be kind of interesting to see if that show has any legs. Uh, I also hope the Demon School anime comes out because that is a fun premise. That's such a fun premise. Demon Lord. It's a Demon Lord show, where the ancient old Demon Lord, like basically is resurrected, and goes to a school, but nobody knows that he's the former Demon Lord, and apparently hijinks ensue, and that sounds pretty fun. And then also, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord season 2 is coming out, and maybe it'll just be less horny. Like I bet it won't be less horny because that show was just too damn horny. But so I bet it's not, because the premise was still fun. It's just that the execution was not. Uh, Very nice people. Oh yeah, good. I got a response. I didn't get a real response, but I got a response from Ryan. Ryan Hartman, who is like basically runs PAX from the Penny Arcade side. I mean, does a bunch of other things, but he's like make sure that PAXs are good. Basically, does a lot of like mega thread poll, like Twitter competitions, like March Madness style things. Um, and he's been doing. He's going to be starting to do snacks like chips. And I made a request to him, like, hey, um, could you make sure to update one of these things for international viewers or competitors to include Cool American instead of just saying Cool Ranch? Because outside of the United States, if you didn't know this, now you know. Fun fact from me that Cool Ranch outside of the U.S. is called Cool American. And that is a better name. It's a much better name. And I was like, oh, please include that. Please include the name / Cool American. It's just, I just love that so much. It's so good, right? It's just a great name. I mean, I already like ranch. I already like Cool Ranch Doritos. They are already a fantastic chip. But just the concept that also it's got that killer name is so good. It's like, oh, I guess people don't know what ranch is. She's like, no, I guess not. I don't know. Ryan's going to do a great job with this, and I'm very much looking forward to months and months of people being mad that their chip didn't win. Because that's just a funny look. We all need it, okay? It's not that, then something else. We all need something, just something to think about and get irrationally angry about that is not. Ugh. So it's like, okay, gotta. Somebody was like, I wrote this, I tweeted this out, and I stand by it, that it is interesting to see which of my friends have lost their sex drive because of all of this, and which of my friends have just become so thirsty. Be that on just Twitter and Instagram. That is, Instagram certainly has had way more of that from people that I know, but also Twitter or just like discords, like private discords, people literally letting their hair down, and then other people that I know that I'm like, oh, this is weird. You usually like, oh, I guess you're just not feeling anything right now. You're just feeling very numb, which I understand. I can totally understand that. Just feeling like, eh. Harold is asking me to hit that gong. I will hit that gong. You got this. It's gong time. Here we go. Hope you enjoyed that gong. Thank you for using your channel points on that gong. Let's do this thing. We are almost done with this armor, which means we are almost done with this kit, which means we are almost done. We are almost ready to start posing this thing. I'm very excited about that. Going to gong. Okay. Good night, Harold. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you this week. Folks, we're going to keep working on this. Don't worry about that. But I should promote Wednesday night, my bonus stream on Wednesday. I think you're going to want to check out my bonus stream, because we are checking out a new game. It is so rare for me to just play something completely new on the stream, but it's called Arcade Spirits. It is a romantic visual novel. It is a dating visual novel game set in the future, in a future where arcades are still the biggest and best thing, where, like, they never went away. So I am very excited to play that game, which, as I said, is coming. We'll be doing it on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I paid for it, even though I do have friends. Jacob, yes, voice a character in the game. Yes, Jacob, a friend of the stream, who performed in the Smack Talk Showdown, who was a guest on Pat Baer's Anime Club, who also is a more well known for being a friend of Loading Ready Run. Also directed all the voicer. He cast all the people and directed all the voice actors, including Graham Stark, also from Loading Ready Run, one of the co-founders of Loading Ready Run. Graham does a voice in it. Jacob does a voice. Jacob directed all the voices. I got people I know in it, but I bought the game with my own money. Was not asked to stream it. None of that. I'm just excited to do it because the game looks great. There's a demo on Steam. So if you want to go and check it out, you're welcome to. But we're going to play through and see. I'm basically going to start it up on Wednesday to kind of get a vibe for how it runs and controls and set up the stream. But I'm not going to try to spoil myself for anything and to make my discoveries along with all y'all. So Graham did. Yes. There is a loading time, or no, it's a Graham Stark vlog. That's right, not a loading time. It's a Graham Stark vlog about Jacob voice directing him and getting him ready for that. Also in that vlog, there are some very cool tips for vocal warm-ups. One of which I use because on days when I'm streaming here for all y'all. Sometimes I don't talk to anybody. And that's bad. So, I gotta warm up my instrument. So I do that. I do some vocal warm-ups. And then I've incorporated one that Jacob does with Graham, which was very beneficial. But I also, I have, I've got other things from various training tips and tricks I picked up over the years to just kind of warm things up so that I don't blow up my voice while I'm doing this. Because like I said, today I did laundry, and outside of going, whoa, to the lady that bumped into me, I didn't say any words to anyone out loud. All right. So let's put this armor on, and then we're going to pose this thing. So this is going to go... How do these go on here? This goes like this. And then this is going to go... like this. Yeah. And then this can fold in like this, which is cool. It's cool as hell. So yeah, these pop in here, and then this can go out like this. Look at that. Look how neat that is. Armor, shielding, and then also, boom, you can fold those in so that you have room to pull your guns out for when it's suns out, guns out, like that. When it's time to shoot things, you can do that. Oh, you can't see any of this. Sorry. There we go. I realized that that's not going to work. Great. So, we got some armor here. Got some armor plating. One of these also... oops. Drop this. One of these also... there's a spot to hold the shield, which is cool. Or the gun. The gun can slide in. And that's neat. All right, I'm going to take a couple of photos, and you get to watch that because it's... Oh, Lord Crashington wants me to hit the gong. I'm going to hit the gong in a second. It is too late to start anything with... because we wouldn't get anywhere with sorry. I'm going to take off the butt rockets because it makes it harder to take photos. The Justice Knight we will keep working on in a next stream. That'll be the start of the next stream, which is cool. All right, so we'll do that. Put this with its sniper, and we'll do a photo with the shielding. That's fun. I'm gonna hit the gong here. My phone fell on the floor, so I gotta pick that up. Put that there. Get my phone. Use the gong right there. All right. Nope. Got a password in. because my thumbprint is not working right now because of washing my hands so much and my moisturizer not doing its job. All right, so that's that with its armor, and make sure we get the sniper rifle in there. So that's that. And then we can turn this around like this. Turn this around like this. Like that. And then we can take a photo showing off all of the nonsense. Got all these. This is going to pop up here. You can pop this out. These actually open up some. We've got our missiles there in the knees. Then these pop open for the guns. Like RoboCop, only it's not inside the leg, it's outside the leg. These pop up. And the gun's in there. So I'll do the pistol here. Oops. But yeah. Don't forget the butt rocket's going to show off the moneymaker. Yeah, I mean, the butt rocket I'm just putting aside because you can't really see that in the photo for the stream or for the post stream. But we know they're there. You and I, we know they're there. It's just there's no good way. That way, this kit actually like is something I can take a photo of because it's not doesn't the rockets kind of mess it up. Whoops. Oh no. All right, where'd this go? All right, I will just use the other hand here. We'll just use. Sorry. Nope, that's not what I want. Yeah, nope. There we go. Found it. So these slide in here. The pistol. There's a little thing that pops in there to place so that they will be held by the hand, and then you can just attach the hand back to the regular hand here. Pop that in, and then the thumb will kind of keep it in place. It's not perfect. These kits never really are. The thumbs, you just do your best. Thumb just fell off. I'll find that after the stream. We won't need it for that. This is what I get for trying to be fancy. Like, I want to show off the cool gun portion of this. And then I, run into issues. I try to do that. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and we will. I'm going to take a photo of this as is, and then we will go and we will find a stream to go and raid, because that is nice to do. And so we will raid somebody, share the love, and that way you got some entertainment you can keep enjoying this evening. As I said, my next build stream will be this Thursday, but my next stream itself will actually be this Wednesday at 9 p.m. And then Thursday, I will continue to, I will start a new kit. It'll be a new kit day this Thursday, but this Wednesday, 9 p.m., I'll be playing Arcade Spirits, which is a romance, a visual novel with some voice actors, people I know, and I'm excited to check that out, and I hope you will check that out with me. But let's get a photo of this with its pistols. We'll just do like that. Oops. Come on, pistol. Sometimes this is no problem at all. And sometimes it's just like, what? You want me to do stuff? No thanks. What if I didn't? What if I was not helpful at all? Okay, we got it. Okay, so thanks so much. We are going to go ahead and raid a stream. I'm going to go find one right now that we can go and raid. So we'll hit the old Twitch. and check somebody out. See who's doing what and what they're up to. That's a nonsense thing. All right, this will be chill. Um, our friend Heather is currently uh, doing some Animal Crossing. Heather's Animal Crossing streams are incredibly chill, so we'll go and give her a raid. Mary's doing VR. I can't. Mary streams make me like I can't watch Half-Life Alex. Like I am. Look, if you want to go check out Mary Kish, Mary Kish rules. I love Mary. Uh, I love Mary so much, but we are gonna go ahead and raid. And because Animal Crossing streams are exactly the kind of vibe I need late at night. I need a chill Animal Crossing stream, so we're gonna go do that. Uh, and yeah, there's a bunch of people streaming right now that are rad, and you should check them out. But I can't deal with Half-Life Alex tonight. Uh, uh, Animal Crossing is uh, right up my alley. So I think we're gonna go do that. Feel free to come join me, and I hope to see you on the next build with Baer. Bye bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.